In this video, I'm going to be showing you guys how Madden Pro player DEZ just took home $260,000 in the EA Sports Ultimate Thanksgiving Madden 23 tournament, man. He put on one of the greatest, and I mean one of the greatest defensive displays we've ever seen in like MCS history, bro. Like, his defense was outstanding. Got key stop after key stop to win this tournament. I mean, the things he did in this tournament, we haven't been seeing done defensively in a long time against the players he did it against, and I'm going to show you guys how he did it.
Oh, his way.
Alright, so starting this off, we're going to be in the 46 defense. I know you can run this defense out of a couple other playbooks. I know you can run it out of multiple D. You can run it out of the Kansas City Chiefs playbook. A couple other playbooks. There's a lot of playbooks you can run this out of. But me personally, I love to run a 46 defense because of everything else they have. And this is out of $3-2. The number one formation everybody runs out of dollar is always 3-2. The play you're going to be calling mainly is going to be $3-2, which is DB Fire 2 right here. This play right here. It's beautiful. Before you want to call your play, you want to make your substitutions. I usually like to have my best user right here, which is going to be number 20, Justin Reed, right here in the middle. And sometimes I like to click on the Nick Bolton. These two guys in the middle are the main guys, and I'm going to be touching. Whoa.
What do you mean by that?
Before you call this play, though, you want to go to your coaching adjustments, and you want to cut the auto flip off, and you want to go to your auto alignment and put it on base. If you put it on base, that helps them play like the sideline a lot better. They're going to line up differently before they hike the ball. It's just going to be a whole different look, and it's going to make this look like 10 times more dynamic. He ran that every single time he came out in this formation, and he came out in dollar like the entire tournament. So we're going to call it DB Fire, and we're going to go against a gun tight look, and we're going to go against one of the number one plays that everybody runs. The number one play that everybody's getting hip to right now is PA slot cross out of tight. That is like top tier right now. So if you watch the MCS, you know that DEZ was kind of an aggressive dude on like 1st and 10, 3rd and short. He would come out and literally send this blitz stock, and you see right here you got the two DBs screaming off the edge, and it's so versatile because of these two DBs on the edge. You can do so much with those DBs. You can put them in man coverage, you can drop them back in the zone, you can blitz them and they come off the edge with heat. And you see the way the two corners on the right are lined up. They're all the way on the sideline. If you didn't play baseline, they wouldn't look like this. So the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to press. See how they kind of come down for that sideline, and he would move his safeties up kind of like to a 10-yard spacing in between the wide receivers just to have a closer look. And that's something I do too. I like to just have a closer look all the time. I don't like to play soft coverage. I like to have them closer. So this defense right here, there's so many different looks you can send. There's so many different looks you can send. But right now I'm going to show you guys how he ran his stock, because he did run this play stock a lot, like I said. When you're looking at those two corners on the right side, you want to know if you want to put them in a hard cloud flat. As you can see, they just switched to a cloud flat, and you want to know if you want to play it underneath and put them in a hard flat. And the way that I'm doing this, I'm just pressing Y, which is my coverage adjustments, and you see the right stick, I'm either hitting down, you can't see it, but on the right stick you hit down for underneath and you hit up for over the top, and that's how you play a cloud flat or you play a hard flat. Hard flats pretty much play anything under 10 yards. Cloud flats try to play things over 10 yards. And when you got this guy right here, you want to kind of stay in the middle of the offensive lineman, because you want that guard right there 68 to kind of be thrown off, and that messes up the blocking assignments every time they call this play. And that's why a lot of people run this play stock, because it causes so much pressure. I mean, right there you see you're going to have to move up in the pocket and make something happen, because the edge is going to be like screaming at you. It's going to be screaming at you, bro. And this isn't a look that he would run the entire game, because if you run this dollar set stock the entire game, it's very like soft. It's supposed to like catch you off guard. It's like a blitz. It kind of catches you off guard when you like no huddling. You're not expecting a blitz on like a 3rd and short or 1st and 10. Like I said, before you snap the ball, depending on the down and distance, you decide if you want to play it underneath or over the top. Right here we're gonna play it over the top, because let's say this is a 1st and 10. All I'm gonna do is press. Before the ball gets like even adjusted, I'm gonna move my safeties up to like a 10-yard radius in between them and the receivers. Now I'm gonna just control my user right here. It's not many adjustments, very simple. We're gonna call it, I'm gonna stay in the middle of that box, get more pressure, and you see it's right there. Now B was wide open. That's what you're gonna be giving up if you're gonna be playing this defense. It's like, it's a gamble. I'm not gonna lie, it's such a gamble playing this defense, and that's why it was so effective, because he was mixing in a lot of different things. So real quick, just showing y'all some in-game footage. You can see right here it is 3rd and 2. Clef is going against DEZ. This is the championship right here, and like I said, it is 3rd and 2. That's kind of when you want to send that stock blitz, you know, like that DB Fire 2 that I just showed y'all unexpectedly. And right here it's expected, because Clef has threat detector, so he sees the blitz coming, but it's still like a kind of a thing where you kind of be like, oh shoot. He's sitting heat. It's only 3rd and 2. I only need 2 yards, so I need to get something quick. But DEZ is gonna play everything underneath, as I say, and I'm gonna roll the tape right here. everything is playing underneath, so you can't make no quick read, and the blitz gets there quickly, and that causes a 4th and 13, and then that caused the 4 and out. Now this next clip I'm about to show y'all is when he played against Wesley the other day, and this is on a 2nd and 12, and he sent that blitz. Now this is a situation where like you can always kind of send that blitz on a long down and distance. That's when you kind of want to send a blitz too. You can send it whenever you feel like you want to send it, bro. Like I keep saying, it's situational. It depends on how he's playing and how you want to play. So right here on the 2nd and 12, he sends the blitz stock, and it gets so much pressure that he has to hurry up and fire a quick read, and that's not a good read at all. That could have been a pick any day of the week. Fires an unexpected read and doesn't get a completion. That led to a 3rd and 12, and he ended up having to take a field goal that drive. So like I keep saying, this play is so versatile. One thing he kept doing a lot, like when he wasn't running this stock, was he would like put a cover 3 on the left side of the field and then put a cover 2 on the right side of the field. And that is one of the most confusing things to me. And the way he would do that is like, for instance, he would press. You see how the look is. So that top right safety, he would convert into an inside 3rd. Take this right guy, put him into a deep zone, and then take that nickel safety on the right side, that A right there, and put him on a hard flat. So you see on the right side, it's like a cover 3, and on the left side, it's still a cover 2. So that's a killer right there. That's a killer. And then the left side right here with this guy, he would kind of do whatever. So like for instance, Clef kept using Cooper Cup inside on that tight slots where Tyreek Hill is. You can man that up if you want to, or you can send heat off the side. It depends on how your opponent is. It depends on how you feel, really. I can't sit up here and give you a full blueprint on everything he did, because everything he did was situational. You know what I'm saying? It depends on what Clef was doing. Depends on what Wesley was doing. He wasn't running the same looks over and over. He was running it depending on the situation. That's what a lot of people got to understand about these defenses, bro. You run these certain plays depending on the situation, depending on how your opponent is. So like for instance, right here we're gonna run PA slot cross, and this is gonna be super effective because it's a cover 3 on one side and there's a cover 2 on the other side. I keep saying it. I'm gonna just call it and show y'all how it look. Like you see it, it's a killer look, bro. It's a killer look because that safety screaming off the edge is the key. Like, whoever you have is that nickel corner, they can scream off either edge. You don't have to send both of them every single time. You can only send one. It's just a deadly look, bro. It's crazy. But I mean, even if you're in a situation where you're playing against a good passer, you don't want to keep sending heat. He keep picking up everything that you're doing. Or let's say if it's a late game situation, it's a 3rd and 12, 3rd and 15. You know this dude is like coming out slinging. Then you can like go all in for a pass look. Like you can put a cover 3 completely out there. Do the same thing. I'm gonna put that safety in the deep zone. I'm gonna put that corner in the deep zone. I'm gonna put that safety in the inside 3rd. Take the A right receiver, put him on a curl flat. Then I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side right here. Boom. This is the look right here. Boom. And let's say if you call it a play that people go to a lot out of tight, this is a play that Clef ran a lot. I mean, everybody runs this play out of tight. This is like one of the number one plays people run out of tight, because those 2 out routes are very effective and those corner routes are still extremely effective. And this is me sending no pressure off the edge, so you're not gonna get that much pressure. But as you can see, like the whole field was pretty much covered. And that time right there, you see those 2 wide receivers kind of got underneath the curl flats, and that's because I didn't play underneath. So if I knew that a bench concept was coming and I wanted to play underneath, then I would send a look like this, like knowing that he's playing underneath. Like I'm playing underneath now. These are hard flats out there instead of curl flats, so it's gonna play a lot differently. And as you see, like you can't even throw that no more. It's over. And the only reason why Tua keeps running out the field is because my right toggle on my other stick is kind of broken. But either way, if he's set in the pocket, there's literally nothing open. I would be kind of patrolling the middle to make sure that he doesn't run out the pocket, obviously. And I also want to say the number one thing about this defense is it doesn't get weak boxed. It really does not get weak boxed unless you pass commit, or unless you leave like 2 defensive linemen blitzing, which people don't do a lot, which you really shouldn't be doing. So if you get weak boxed out of this, it's really your fault. Obviously, you guys saw that nobody can run the ball on Dez because it's still a defense that you cannot weak box. But yeah, man, just showing y'all the adjustments the most. The most thing I seen him do the most was he kept putting a cover 3 on one side and then leaving a cover 2 on the other, which y'all see I'm doing right now. And that right there confused so many people. I was even looking at this while it was going on, like, wow, that is extremely smart. Like, bruh, these dudes be putting in the time, bruh. They be putting in the time, man. It's gonna scream every single time, and that's just me leaving one corner blitzing. That's only a 4-person rush. I'm only blitzing 4, and the thing is, at $1, those 2 corners will scream off the edge if you let them. So like right here, this is Dez playing against Clef. This is in the championship. Dez already up 7-0. He knows Clef keeps going to this PA slot cross, which is the play that I just showed y'all in the tutorial for an example. Dez is gonna put a cover 3 on the right side of the field. He's gonna put a cover 2 on the left side of the field. And that cloud flat that corner is gonna be playing all the way on the left side is gonna play that little double move that corner likes to, that wide receiver likes to run on that play. So Pay attention to the right side of the field right here. You see it's a cover 3 that's safe. I mean, that corner dropping all the way back. And on the left side, he kind of uses that himself with Brian Dawkins. But even if it went all the way to the left side, that's safe. I mean, that corner is still kind of over there. Now, he's playing it kind of low, which is why sometimes you want to switch to a full cover 3, which I'm going to show y'all right here. Right here, this is going against Clef. This is a situation where he's down 13 points with 1 minute left, so he's playing very pass heavy as far as Dez. Like, Dez is playing the pass extremely hard, not really sending heat. He's just trying to prevent a touchdown. So he's going to play a cover 3 on both sides of the field. You see both safeties dropping back in the coverage. And this is a bench concept, so those corners, those corner routes are completely shut off because of that cover 3, and it's baseline cover 3. So there's nothing you can do to get that like wide receiver to break open. And if you pay close attention, you can see that on the bench concept, those 2 wide receivers running those out routes that I just showed y'all before, they're clamped because he played an underneath hard flat. Like, they're clamped. They're clamped. Also, I just want to say before I wrap this video up, I want to make it vital that you can pretty much run this stuff very differently. So, like, don't run it exactly the way I said it. Once you get a feel for it, you're going to do different things. Like right here, when I see tight, I do a lot of different things. Like, I can go like this. This is something I do a lot. I like to throw that QB spot in the middle because it just goes straight into the middle of the field and it throws people off a lot. I mean, I run a lot of different looks, and you can run a lot of different looks too, bro. It's a lot of different things you can do out here. This defense is very, very effective no matter what kind of pass offense you're going against. It's a lot of different things you can mix into this, bro. It's a lot of different things. As I like to send this look right here, I like to send those 2 guys off the edge, make that middle guy play a curl flat. It's kind of a cover 3 on the left side, kind of a cover 2 on the right side. But it's a lot more heat coming, so it's going to be a lot more risk running this type of defense. Like, you may have something open, but you kind of banking that your DBs get there in enough time. And right there, you see B is wide open, but we banking that our DBs get there. And if he was to make that throw, then we just going to adjust and make our defense different the next drive, over and over and over. So it's all about repetition when it comes to this drive. When it comes to this defense, because once you get the feel for it, then you're going to understand like where the opening spots is going to be and where the like counters and stuff going to be to this defense, and you're going to adjust that. You're going to get better and better off of that, bro. And I'm pretty sure Dez thinks the same thing when he plays his defense, bro. Like, he can't tell you how he's playing his defense, bro, because it's all depending on who you're playing against and what he's doing and what the situation is. So keep that in mind when you run this defense, bro. This is a very, very effective defense. Shout out to Dez for winning that 260,000, man. That was an amazing performance bro had put on, bro. That was crazy watching that, bro, because I thought Clef was gonna win the whole thing. Side note, I thought Clef was gonna win the whole thing, and I think Clef is still an excellent Madden player. I truly don't believe anybody plays Madden like Clef. A lot of people was writing Clef off about like how he played in the MCS championship. I think Clef is probably one of the best offensive players this year in Madden. I don't know, that's for y'all to decide. But shout out to Dez, man, locking in that 260K, and shout out to y'all, man. Like this video up, hit that sub button, and go get some dubs.